Hi, how's it going, folks? I'm Scott's Dragon, and this is Ark Survival Evolved, my beginner's guide of 2022. Um, so yeah, if you're enjoying the series, hit that thumbs up, leave a wee subscribe, absolutely most appreciated. Leave me a comment, let me know what you're thinking, and what you think of the game, and if you're new to Ark, are you enjoying the game? And hopefully this wee playthrough, beginner's guide playthrough, is helping you. So, before we get into business, as you see, we are over here at the Red Obelisk. I put a question to you on the last beginner's guide video. Should we stay at easy spawn 1 and do our final base there, or should we move on? I counted the comments, which didn't really take me that long, and yeah, it was a unanimous decision that we'd move to a new location. But we do have teams, so it'd be a long event trying to get all the teams to the new location. We will be leaving our farm where it is, because we're going to have to do a couple of episodes of prep before we move, because our fabricator and everything's all back at Easy Spawn 1, so and we'll get stuff made up and things, and we'll get moved. We'll talk about that as we go along. Right, so why are we at Red Ob? Right, simple question is to help with the move, basically. Right, if you look into Red Ob, access inventory, triangle. Right, this is the Red Ob. This is where you come to do your dragon boss fight. You've got Gamma, Beta, and Alpha. And as you see, it takes a lot of different things. We'll get into that later. I'll discuss and talk about the boss fights and different things, maybe before we do them, or prior to that. Right, but what really we are doing here for is, as you see, there is a box here called weapons, and it makes cryopods. You can also make cryo fridges once you unlock them. So basically, we're here today. I've done a wee bit of farming for the poly, and the daily chores and everything else. So we've done all the basics to begin with, so it leaves us the fun stuff to do. So we're going to make cryopods. You can actually make them via loot drops. See the loot drops come down? They've got a box there as well. But always remember, they are timed. They will only stay on the ground for so long and then they'll vanish. If you're in the middle of making cryopods and it vanishes, you lose everything. So it's best to just come to a Obelisk. And we've got our pal RJ here. We need to actually give this thing a name. We need to give him a name. Can I keep calling it RJ? Right, we'll just fire everything in there. We'll take our thing back out. Right, so to make cryopods, you need crystal, you need fibre, you need hide, you need oil. I just hope I brought enough oil. I didn't bother counting it out as normal. And organic poly, that replaces the polymer. And metal ingots. We will have spare. We can make 28 of them. That is good, but unfortunately I don't have the space to store them. Right. So basically we're looking at, well, we've got the 2 moss chops. And before we leave this base, we'll put one of the moss chops and the Fiomia inside the base. We'll cryo it up and pop it out inside the base, so it's safe. Pteranodons will come with us. they can fly behind us, so... Right, I think if we do 10... Oh, right, I forgot I'm going to do them one at a time. I forgot you've got to do them one at a time. And as you see down here, there's a yellow number, 29D, 23H. That is how many days you have to you have got with the initial charge on them. You need to actually charge them up to keep them good. If that counter happens to get to 0 and you've got a tame in it, your tame will die. So basically you never want that to happen. So we've got 29 days, 23 hours to build a cryo fridge or an ordinary fridge. An ordinary fridge works as well, which cryo fridges can be hooked up to a normal generator, the same as the ordinary fridges. Right, we got 2, 4, 6, 8. I will do 10 and that should be enough. I don't even think we need 10. This is for transporting. Right, that'll do us. We'll keep the rest of this materials because I've got a funny feeling probably need them. Right, okay, we'll pull all this back. Yeah, I know I'm encumbered. And when you're doing stuff like that and you know you're going to get encumbered, try and set your RJ or your tame that's next to you so you don't have to move. You can just turn and then you can enter back into the inventory. Exact same as what I did there. I'll position myself so I can access the terminal and access the RJ, which saves a lot of hassle. But there we go, folks, we've made cryopods now. As I said to you, as soon as we get the RJ, life gets easier, and straight away it is. I used the RJ to go and get the organic polymer just from the Hesperornis, the wee Daffy Duck birds that swim about in the water. I just farmed a few of them up, which we got plenty of organic polymer from them. Spinal. Level you, 20, a baby. So that's how we got our organic polymer without having to go and take the moss chops away down to the penguins. But yes, as I said, we've got a wee bit of prep to get done. And the good news is we have unlocked we are at the point now we can unlock the industrial forge, which is going to make life a lot easier. The metal is going to be flowing in. So we will be looking at taming more RGs because we will be filling having the industrial forge fill at all times, hopefully. We will get it, basically grind that much to get it full. And where we're going, there is an absolute belter of a resource supply. So we were going for that at this new location. Other resources are a wee bit sparse, so we'll need to just travel for them. But oh god, seagulls! I hate seagulls. That's a nice green one. Where did that come from? Oh, we've got. Why are we getting event colours on? There's not an event on, is there? I don't think. There's not an event on, I don't think. I haven't actually seen anything about an event. But there is every possibility. Right, so that's actually pretty good. We get some colour about the map still. Good stuff. Right. That's a nice pteranodon with the wings, green wings. Oh. Excuse me, sorry folks. I say I do get distracted when I see nice things, nice colours and stuff. Right. Okay, so yeah, we do now have cryopods, which is absolutely brilliant. Let me get these now. As you see, 29 days, 23 hours we've got before these lose their charge. And basically, we do not want to have them losing their charge. We'll just throw these in here just now. Have we got space? No, we don't. Don't. This is the problem, we're having space. That can go, 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 that can go. That can go, that can go, that can go, that can go. I can always get more ammo. What is that? That's a door. Got a pipe here. What is that? Let's throw that in. I can get the recipes again, easy enough. We're on to metal tools now, so we don't need metal stone tools. We don't need that blueprint. See the amount of junk I gather up? You'll notice that when we do our final base. Basically, everything has a place. Even dodgy bloody blueprints. Right. I like to actually gather a full set of blueprints. Like, you've got all the different ones. You've got the primitive, ascending, and the green, the purple. I like to try and have one of each for each saddle or piece of equipment and all that. It's good to have. I doubt we'll get all them, but we'll see how this goes. Right. So, I did put the choice to you if we're going to stay down here and build down here. But as I said, the vote went the other way. So we're going to be moving. We're going to be moving in that sort of direction. But before we do, as I said, we've got some prep work to do. Really need to get organised here. Right, this organic polymer. How much we go? Ah. This does spoil, but where we're going, we should be able to make hard poly as well. So it's at 176 we've got. It's not a lot, but it's still organic poly. Right, and I'll just put it straight into his inventory. For now. Oh, right, and we want you. As you say, he's still loaded with metal at the moment, so I can see me actually building just another wee cheap forge down here, throwing that metal in, so we can get it cooked up. But we are going to be building some bits and pieces down here before we move anyway, so... Right, we want more weight. Excuse me. Encumbered. Who am I encumbered? There's nothing there heavy. No, we're not. I can move. Just. Not very fast, but I can move. Right, well that brings us to the next things, couple of things we'll need to do anyway. One, we'll need to unlock the industrial forge. I don't know why I'm carrying charcoal about with me. But as you see, the method has worked. Constantly making spark powder, gunpowder, narcotics. It also gives you a good supply of resources. Same with CP as well. Every little bit helps. We need CP for building and metal, so we've been stocking up. Right. You saw that with the greenhouse, we needed crystal. Right, so we're just going to pop into the Engrams just now. And we'll scroll through the progress that we've actually made. Before we get too far on. Excuse me. Right. Okay, we have got... We need to unlock these. Fur boots, fur gauntlets, fur cap, fur leggings, and fur chest piece. That gives you a clue to where we're heading. It's not a hard, dangerous location, because this is actually a beginner's guide, so... But it is... when it comes to like being attacked by tames, here is more dangerous than where we're going. It's a safer location, but the elements are more predominant. So we are going to be facing the elements a lot more, which is good, because PvE pretty much is about facing the elements. It's about facing the nature of the map. So we're going to be diving straight into it, which it'll take us to where there's better resources, there's travel opportunities as well. We're not that far from an obelisk, which means if I need to go farming for different bits on another map, like if I'm trying to find a blueprint saddle, or if you're looking for a blueprint saddle or that, you can easily dive up to the obelisk and then transfer your character over onto another map. We will show you it's slightly different doing it on single player than it is on official. You have to be careful when you do it on official, because Ark's got a thing, as you probably heard on my taming video from last night. I lost my character doing exactly that, transferring onto another map to check out wee bits and pieces, and ended up, I lost my character. It happens, and it happens a lot on official, so do be wary when you're transferring servers, and always remember what server you're on, or what server you're coming from and going to, because if you get that muddled up, you end up on a server that you don't know, and then you've got to try and get to an obelisk or a loot drop to try and get back off. It's not a fun process, especially if you're actually like transferring element dust, because you always like travel fully laden, so basically you're overcumbered. Right, but that's later progress and stuff like that. We can do that. We'll talk about that a bit later, I think. Right, we're running through. our greenhouse or metal stuff. Right, metal. I want metal catwalks. I want metal stairs. That's already done. That's good. Take metal ladders because we're going to be building in metal. We've got our poly and that there. Large metal walls are done. We've got all our electronics opened up. Perfect. Because we're going to try and keep the electronics, the electrical boxes hidden, and basically try and keep everything tidy as possible. Nothing worse than you walk into a base and there's all these connection cables everywhere. It's horrible. We're also going to go with bunk beds because there's no cooldown on them, or if there is, it's a reduced cooldown time. So it would help if we're popping over to another map to do some like loot drops runs, which you will do on official. You will pick other maps to build a wee base on to get specific resources. Right, I never use the industrial grinder on single player or official. Basically, it grinds stone into, is it stone into spark powder? Something like that. It does. I've never found a real, for the materials you use for it, I've never found a real positive use for it. Maybe if you're doing turrets on PvP, quite possibly grinding up levels, but I use my own methods for grinding up levels and they work perfectly well. Rex saddles, taming them later on in the series, I think. There we go, there's a beast. Quite expensive, hence how we needed the metal. 400 polymer as well, but the only good thing is we can craft it in the we can craft this in the fabricator. I don't know if they took the replicator out of the fabricator as well. That's not until after you do boss fights. And that'll be our next target there, 82. That is the chemistry bench. It's like the mortar and pestle, but it's far better. Larger inventory, a lot quicker, and the quantities, it makes more for the quantities that you put in. So we've got them unlocked just now, right? So with fur armour, surprisingly enough, fur armour contains metal. So you actually need to chitin, fur and metal. Oh, there's my flak armour. Fur. Right, what we need? We're needing pelt in here. I don't know how much we've got. We might be able to make one set, or not. I don't quite know. Right. That CPU out of there, and I'll replace it for. I'll take actually all that CPU out of there. That's what's clogging this up. Don't need CP for making fur armour. So yeah, I'll be doing a lot of the prep work off a camera because it'll be kinda boring for you watching. Where at the moment we're doing wee bits and pieces. Right, so we'll go for legs and a chest anyway at least. Right, so this has started with that. So it's pelt, hair and wool, or wool we need. And we need, how much? We need 56, 40, 96, 96 and 48 is... 140. Aye, something like 140 odds. 146. Something like that. So about 150 belt we need. And now I've taken all that CP out there, I can put that in. Right. So the best way I find of getting pelt is when you're out hitting beaver dams. Which I won't bore you and going over or hunting down and looking through all the beaver dams, because it is an arduous task, because you've got to fly from one end of the map to the other. One thing with beaver dams, whether you're on official or on single player or that, always remember to take everything out the beaver dam so it breaks down. So once you broke the beaver dam down, if you don't want the wood, then throw the wood. Don't just take the CPU out and leave everything else, because CP won't return back into that beaver dam. You've actually got to take the whole beaver dam away and then kill the beavers that are with it. So when the beavers respawn, they respawn in with a dam. Hence how the dam's got CP in it and perils and things like that again. You tend to find unofficial, there is ones that just do it for the funny. I think they just run about taking everything bar the wood, and it takes 2 seconds to throw out the wood to destroy the dam, and then kill the beavers, and that's it. It's done. More dams will spawn in. If you don't kill the beavers and destroy the dams once you're finished taking what you want, then they won't spawn in. They'll just sit there with wood in it until somebody comes along, thinks they're going to get some CP, they look in, it's wood. And they might have travelled halfway across the map to get to it, and then they get all the way there and it's only wood that's sitting in it. Which is one of the biggest annoyances. And even on PvE, it happens all the time, and it's frustrating, especially when I was based at Hidden Lake. So I had pillared and spammed the area. So basically you couldn't build on the beaver dam spawns. You'll get some people building right near enough on top of the beaver dam spawns so they can say, oh, that's my beaver dam, I'm going to get that all the time. So basically I'd pillared everything, but it was still letting the beaver dams respawn, which is, you've got to be considerate. The beaver dams are for everybody, not just one person. So there's that to take into account as well if you're going on to a server. Right, what am I doing? Fur. Let's go and get some fur. We'll take a wee fly and I'll show you where we're going to base up. Right, we got in, just fur. Right. So on the way here we can actually look for some electronics from tech, whatever, as well. So basically, we've made cryopods now, we can move our teams safely. We can start using the cryopod to carry the Anki in when we go harvesting metal as well. And I need to remember that beehive's there. There's a wee trick I was told how to tame a beehive a lot safer than using the bug spray and all that. So I'll maybe try it out in that one to see. I'm hopeless at taming beehives. I always get killed all the time. But with that one being there, it's quite handy, because it means when I respawn, I'm just across the water. We're just across the water at that point. And I'll need to rename the bed, because we will have a new bed at the new location. Right, so I'll take a shortcut over the top here. And we are heading actually that way. Right, what's that? Are they just normal raptors? Yeah. I thought if it's a low level alpha, we'd take it out. What's that? Carnal and iguanodon. Yeah, so as I was saying, I hope you are enjoying the series as much as I'm making it. Oh, 105, nice. Yeah, it's actually been a really fun series to actually do. And I hope all the new players are actually, how are you finding Ark itself? Are you enjoying the game and different things? I know the first time I played it, I started watching a YouTuber just so I knew what I was doing in it, or to learn the basics and stuff like that. And to this day, I still watch other YouTubers. The thing about Ark is you're always learning. Somebody's always coming up with a better way to do something. And it's actually... Okay. Right, we got to level up. We tap Jara up there. Oh. Female theories. Very, very long tames, but worth their weight in gold. They're absolutely brilliant. Tapijara, you're not going to sit there because you're going to get scared. Two-seater, always good if you've got a teammate for when you come to taming Quetzals and stuff. One flies, one shoots. But the only problem with them is you end up shooting your partner in the head and stuff like that. Or you shoot the tame itself and the both of you fall to your death. Unless you've got parachutes. But right, we're just at his wee level. I've actually started bumping yourself up a wee bit. I think we'll stick this one on melee. So if we get any low level alphas, it means we can get better tools, and it's always better. Sometimes you get some really good tools. Right, you're heading this way. Had to stop off for some stamina anyway there. Yeah, the best place to get pelt is for, like, got to be careful with the rhinos, because if you're happen to be killing a rhino to get his pelt and you don't actually realise another rhino's built up its charge and charging towards you, it can actually kill your tame in one shot. It is a really, really strong. I've seen rhinos taking out gigas. Male Quetzal, level 90. It's just a pity I don't have a griffin or something. This would be a good Quetzal. See, as I was saying, I'm talking about a griffin there to tame a Quetzal, which is because you can shoot off the back of it. There's different things, different Engrams. The only way you can get them is by going on to another map. And oh, I'm cold. So to unlock these other Engrams, you do have to jump onto other maps, which is good in a way. It's getting you to actually go on and explore the other maps. And our trap's still there. Oh, we've got a camel. There's some hyenodons. Right. Thought he was coming for us there. Right. We can check out the RGs while we're over here if there's any good ones. I hate the spyglass because it never lines up properly. Right, so we're looking for pelt. Getting distracted again. Oh my god, there's RGs everywhere. So we're looking for pelt. We'll do a wee pelt run and then I'll finish making up the armour. The fur armour. Because we'll need it. Right. Sorry, that's a 10 mate boost. Where's his pal? Higher. 20, right. Okay. Once again, I'm getting distracted. That's the thing about Ark. You'll see something move and you'll go, oh, what level's that? Or it's the way it is. Right, there we go. A rhino there. We could do with some rhino horns as well, but we'll just grab this one. We'll be careful. The last thing we want is to lose this RG. Always keep an eye on your stamina and your health. The top left hand side. So just up where the wee food symbol is up on the top right hand side. That's your stamina, your health. What I should say, that's your RG's stamina. And the last thing you want to be doing is being in a dangerous area or a fight, even with an alpha, and you run out of stamina. RGs are good because they have quite a bit of stamina. Right, that's 39, so we need to kill a few things. I think we'll go for that UT up there. It usually gives quite good. Right, stick your head out so I can see what level you are. 10, perfect. But we've got to be careful with the Carnals, because they've been given a bleed effect on their TLC update. I've got to watch, because if he shouts, it will get scared. Don't you dare eat it. I hate when you're trying to get UTs and they've got their pack of Carnals with them. As you seen the wee broken limb symbol, that's with the bleed effect, it makes you slow. So while it's on, you can't actually get away very quickly. That's a level 15, that'll do it. And then there's a couple of willy rhinos, that should be enough by the time we've done that. What should we get? Oh, we've got 150. If this guy shouts at me, I'll show you what happens. No, he's buffing them. Just try to keep out the bite radius of the Carnals. I got a bite for somebody there. There we go, see we're bleeding now. It's just like the aloe bite. It gives a bleed effect. And it's actually pretty good for levels, getting levels up as well when you're killing these. Right, so there we go, we've got 276 and we've got a load of meat again. We don't need that spear. Don't need keep arrows. We've got a couple of Yeti lungs now. And I'll stick another one on the melee yank. This will become the general purpose RG, and we'll specifically have other RGs to come with them for carrying. Right, so I think you've got funny. Oh, sorry, there is an Alpha Carno there. That is one way to get levels. Jeez, just said kittens. Oh, it's spooked. I just turned around there and I seen the RG flying straight towards us in the middle of the screen. Nothing like a jump scare to get you going. Right, so we'll be quickly, as you see, we've got snow. There is a couple of ways to keep away the cold. Right, and just down there, where all that lovely oil is, where we're going to build is going to be, we've got a water supply as well there, so we'll just be able to plumb in water quite easily for the inners of the base. We are going to be building on pillars. I've said that before, it isn't the most levelest bit of ground, but it's buildable. With pillars, we'll get a nice base here. Yeah, we'll need to clear some of these oil, but there's tons and tons of oil about here, so it's not like we can afford to lose this wee bit of oil. And then we can have a breeding area and different bits, crafting area, an open crafting area, so we can just drop the Yankees in and then straight into the forges. So we will be coming back to this bit, because this is where we're going to be building our main base. We'll try and build a lot of the stuff before we move, and there we go, we've got penguins there already. They actually give quite a good wee buff. If you tame a penguin, then put it to wander about your base, it makes an awful racket all the time when it's wandering about, but they actually give you an insulation buff. So basically you don't feel the cold as much. Where at the moment we've got a big snowflake symbol. She's saying it's cold, but it's not cold enough to kill us. And where you go to the ice cube, then you'll start losing health. I am going to take a chance. There's a Yeti down here, but I'm going to take a chance with this Carnal. It's too busy with this deer. Carnals have got substantial health. Actually, I thought it was. Sometimes the alphas just go daft. It's alright. If we can get him trapped in the water, it would be handy. Nope. As I say, when you're doing things like this, always keep an eye on your health. Your team's health, sorry. Take a few minutes to get through its health, because Carnals do have a lot of health. For an early tame, defensive wise, they are pretty good, Carnals. Especially when now they've got their bleed effect. Right. No, don't want wolves. Oh, go away. Right. This helps with the levelling up as well. Also, your wee chubby pal gets experience. Right, oh shit. Excuse me, sorry. I was too busy gibbering and I took my eye off the RG's health. As you can see, it's nearly dead. It's because of the wolf pack. Right. We're low in stamina, so we need to go and hit somewhere. Right. Right, we'll just... It's not wise, and if it was different, if a different RG setup, if I'd put a lot more into melee, and a lot more into health, we wouldn't have this. It's because this has been set up, but it is worth it. We have new tools, metal picks, axes, perfect. But because I was too busy talking on the mic, I didn't realise RG's health, and that's one thing that easily happens, that you can end up losing your team with. Right, so we get 3 levels here from doing that. So, 1, 2, yes, and another on melee. Right, okay. I'll just throw these berries away. We're already up here, we're pretty safe. You're probably wondering why I'm just throwing all the junk away, because... Right, it's on here. Right, now we highlight the raw meat and we just need to heal up a bit. So this is what's called force feeding. Basically you're stuffing meat into your team just to heal up. RGs are good because once they kill something, they get a healing buff, and they will heal up pretty quick. This is my ideal health for an everyday RG is about 10k. So we'll get this guy healed up, I'll get him back to base, and that way it can sit and heal while I'm doing the bits and pieces sorting out the armour, because we are running out of time. Right, so that's one way to nearly get your RG killed. So always be cautious if you're going after an alpha. Carnals are pretty robust, but what caused that there was the wolf pack that intervened. Wolf packs are devastating. They will annihilate your team. So always be very, very wary of wolf packs. Right, so if you're enjoying the videos, we've got a lot more fun adventures and things to come. We'll get the big move, maybe a couple of episodes by the time we're ready. I'll see how much I can get done off the camera without going over the top, so we can show you. But when it comes to building the base, I'll be making sure it's all recorded. Yeah, we'll make sure it's all recorded when we go to build the base. I think that'd be the easiest way. Yeah, so I better get back to base and get cracking and get stuff made. But yeah, if you're enjoying the series, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, which also subscribes are much appreciated. Same with the likes. If you're enjoying the video, hit that like button, it goes a long way. And leave me a wee comment, let me know what you think. I would hate to think some of the comments that we get for this video after doing that. Sometimes I do take chances and risks, but most of the time I play like a safe, enjoyable game. So yeah, take care, stay safe, and we'll catch you in the next episode.